Wagwan YouTube. So back at it again. This is episode 2 of my Datsun 280Z LS2 t56 build. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, please subscribe, like and share. Comments help make your boy a little bit better. I got some good feedback on the first video I posted, so constructive criticism is always welcome. Whatever you want, drop it in a comment. Whatever I could do to improve on what I'm doing, let me know. Your boy's always down for learning new things, okay? So my neighbor's gonna come by today to help me remove the engine and transmission. Right now I got it jacked up, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the lower air dam off, the front bumper, and I'm gonna go from there. I also do want to remove this bad boy right here, the radiator core support. It's bent up on the bottom. When I first got the car, didn't realize how soft the metal was, so I would jack it up there and it started bending. I was like, whatever, so I continued, and now it looks like shayat. So I'm gonna pretty much remove this radiator core, and then I'm gonna make like a detachable tubular core support. Also, when I took it to the fab shop, I don't know why they didn't just cut a circle and make it look neater stuff. That's how they hacked it up and left it. So I don't like the way it look. I'm gonna just drill out all the spot welds, or cut it out, however, whichever way is easier to get this core support out. And then, like I said, I'm gonna go with a tubular style core support and be a lot stronger and lighter. Probably go with some chromoly. So right now what I'm gonna do is put the camera down. I'm gonna take the lower air dam off, and this hood prop support, whatever the hell this might be called, I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna go from there. All right, so finally got the front end off the car. Next step, pull the engine and transmission. Got the air dam and the front bumper off. So we're gonna hook it up, move the cars out of the way. So engine pulling time, right? About to start. My neighbor just ran to his house real quick, see if he has any more of these bolts. I think it's M8 by 125. I don't remember the third pitch. I'm assuming looks like an M8 bolt, but it's for the hoist. So since it has 2 per front and back, we're gonna do one right here and one there, and one on each head on the back, and then undo the transmission, and then the engine mounts, and then we're gonna lift, pull it out, separate the engine from the trans, and then go from there. So got hung up because the boy over here forgot to take the shifter off. You know, newbie over here forgot to take the shifter off. When I say newbie, I'm talking about myself. So it's almost out. Once we get it out, I'm just laying on the ground. So finally got this behemoth out. Has a t56 from a CTSP first gen and an Lq4. It was kind of a struggle to get it out. Kid friendly channel, you know. It was kind of a struggle to get it out, but you know, guy over here, he's smart as hell. It's like he's done this once or twice before. So got this out. We're gonna set it down and then call it a day. Whew.
Yeah, dude, like you could definitely scoot that thing back, no problem. You can like we built
So
aluminum dash too.
yeah, we got a a lot of room now for activities in here. So me and I'm gonna call you the mad fabricator. That's what your name is, and I'm just a mad scientist because I always come up with some dumb ideas. So we're gonna chop off this old core support, and like, you ever seen the drifters how they make like that V point where they have like a jack?
stand?
Yeah. I want us to do that on this one right here.
That'd be sick.
Incorporate like a jack point, so it makes it easier instead of going all the way in to the subframe to jack it up. Just jack it up by just wheeling it there.
You could do like a removable one too, so like when you go to pull the engine, you can remove core support, jack front.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to like incorporate with the with the tubular setup. You know what I'm saying?
You could do that for sure.
So yeah, me and the Mad Fabber, we're gonna come up with some ideas. So now that the engine's out, what we're gonna do is build a LS2. We're gonna separate, well, I'm gonna separate the engine from the tranny tomorrow, and then crate this thing up, and it's gonna go off to my boy Lieutenant Dan in Australia, and then we're gonna build the LS2. So everything that's on there, everything is on this engine is ARP. So the head studs, the crank bolt, the main crank pulley is ARP. All the rod connection, the connecting rods, everything's ARP through and through on this thing. So he'll have fun building this thing. So like I said, separating this thing from it tomorrow, crate it up, and figure out how I'm gonna send it to Australia. So got majority of it done. Sitting over my AC thingy, but got the engine pulled out. There was a noob move with me. I forgot to take that off. So when we started pulling in, I'll show you right here, the threads, it was getting caught on the transmission tunnel. Not the threads, but the shifter itself. And yeah, we had to figure out a way how to get that bad boy to come out the way we needed it to come out. But now that it's out, like I said, I'm gonna take a break right now because it's probably like 93, 94, 95 easily today. So I'm gonna take a break real quick. Probably do it later. I'm gonna separate the transmission from the engine. Should be really easy. And then, like I said, it's gonna go to Australia. Got all the ports covered up except for the water ports that I just took that off. But I'm gonna cover that up. Same thing, masking tape. And then figure out how I'm gonna send this to my my homie in Australia, Lieutenant Dan. And then tomorrow I'm gonna take out all the old, because now I have all new 8-8 and PTFE line. So those are the lines with the plastic in it. So E85, you can run E85 without smelling it through the rubber. It won't perforate through the rubber. So I'm gonna remove all the lines, get everything that I need to take out of here, pressure wash the engine bay, and I might roll it in tomorrow. We'll see, I don't know yet. But what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start taking all these tools back inside, and then I'll figure out what my next move is gonna be. Actually, I do know what my next move is gonna be. It's gonna be separating that transmission from the engine. So I'm gonna keep the transmission. The transmission is from a CTSV first gen. For whatever reason, let me see if it'll do it. So second gear, it'll go in a second, but while you're driving, it'll pop out. And you gotta catch it at a certain RPM for it to stay in a second. If not, it's not gonna go in. Sometimes I'll drive, I'll go from first to third. So I ended up just buying a new transmission for it. I ended up getting a Magnum instead of a standard T56. So I'm gonna take this apart. I'm gonna keep this. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna teach myself, learn how to rebuild it. So I probably just need the synchros or the mesh just for second gear. And I'm gonna take it apart and I'm gonna check it, look it over myself, watch a couple YouTube videos and see what I need or what might be causing it to pop out of second gear. All right, it's the next day. Now that the engine and transmission is out, I could focus on cleaning up everything that I've always wanted to clean up. So take all the old, I think that was like Summit AN line when they first started building the car. So that's Summit. Take nothing, not to knock Summit, but all that's going. The braided lines I gotta figure out. I know some of them is, well, not some of them, majority of them is for brake line. And it's pretty much clean up the engine bay, remove all the stuff that I'm not gonna use, and power wash this thing. Probably gonna re-hit it with Raptor liner, and then after that I'll focus on the interior. I gotta take the dash out. I got a few new stuff that I'm gonna be putting in the car, so stay tuned for the next episode to see what I'm gonna do for this build. I'm not gonna be running those analog gauges anymore. I got something that I'm gonna be replacing that with. I but I think I'm gonna get a dash wrap, probably Alcantara, make it a little bit nice. But now that the engine and trans out, I'll be able to focus on wiring, getting a lot of the wiring that I don't want in there. I'm probably going to start over from scratch, to be honest. Remove all the chassis harness and just start fresh, because with this car in 76, they have what they call fusible links, or fusible links. I think that's what they're called. I like fuses, but they're like a glass type. Let me see if I could show you what I'm talking about. Easier to show. Yeah, so right there, let me put one of them out real quick. Let me see. So instead of your standard fuse, that's what they got back in the 70s. So I'm gonna just pull everything out and just rewire the entire car. Also gotta take this thing apart and get it ready to go to machine shop, so I can know if all the boards are good, no cracks in the block, and then I could start building this Snellis too. So thank you for sticking around on my channel. Stay tuned for episode 2 on the Datsun 280Z build, LS2 T56 Magnum though. Not sure what power item I'm gonna go with yet, but stand by for that.